What's up, everybody? It's me, the Prison Meddler, and yes, I'm doing another album rank, and it's going to be Fear Factory. Originally, I was going to do an album rank for Deftones, but I've already done one on my 2 Chainz Vivo channel, and it's really not that long ago, and I just feel like it's just too soon to It did change, but I decided to wait until like the new album comes out in 2020. If it's coming out like late 2020, like around August, I'll probably do it like around, let's say around March or April, but you never know. Also, I am excluding their debut album, which was originally supposed to be their actual debut album. I think it's called Concrete. Let me look it up. Hold on. Sorry, guys, I'm just looking up. Well, I guess I could edit it out. I'll be right back. Oh, matter of fact, I am right. Okay, well, yeah, Concrete is not included because I feel like it's more of a demo than an actual album. So, without further ado, let's get started. Starting at the 9th place is going to be Transgression. Yeah, that is. Honestly, my thoughts about this album. This album sounds like it hasn't been finished yet. According to Burton Bell, he said he wanted to make something different, but unfortunately, it didn't seem to work out. So, yeah, to me, I don't really think the album was terrible, but it's not very good. And it's also their last album to feature the original drummer, Raymond Herrera. Sorry if I pronounced that name wrong, but yeah, Transgression is absolutely their worst album. So, I mean, I do like the songs on there, but I just don't like the production in general. It sounds, to me, overall, this album sounds like it hasn't been completed yet. So, let's move on to the 8th spot. Alright, now, on to number 8 is going to be The Industrialist. Now, this album is actually pretty good, but it's not my favorite by them. I think this is their only album to have programmed drumming because I don't think they can find a new drummer because I think Gene Hoglan left the band shortly before making this. I think he left the band around 2011. But anyways, I think it's a good album, but it's not one of my favorites. So, my favorite songs on there would be the title track, Recharger, New Messiah, Depraved Mind Murder, and Virus of Faith. Alright, now, number 7 is going to be their latest album, Genexus. It's a pretty generic album, but I do think it's kind of like The Industrialist, but slightly better. But it's pretty predictable, however, but it's still good. Just, not my top 3 favorite. Alright, but I do like the sound, I do like the production, and I think they found a drummer this time. Well, I think they used the drumming for, uh, well, I think Mike Heller. I honestly don't know who that is, but he is the drummer for this album. I don't know if he's the official member or if it's just for like touring. But anyway, favorite songs: Autonomous, Combat System, Anodized. Sorry if I said that wrong. Dielectric, title track, Regenerate, Church of Execution. Yeah, this album is pretty good. Alright, so sixth place, maybe a little controversial, but it's going to have to be Digimortal. Why do I have to rank it below top 5? Well, it's good. It's a great album, but for me, it's kind of like their most radio-friendly album. But yeah, it's a great songs, but most of it is pretty radio-friendly. But however, there's a lot of great songs. Apologize if I'm repeating myself, but there's nothing to say much. What Will Become, Damage, title track, Linchpin, Visible Wounds, Back the Fuck Up featuring Be Real from Cypress Hill, and the bonus tracks to Full Metal Contact. That's the instrumental track. Yeah, overall, great album. And, yeah, probably a 2000s classic, but again, not one of my favorites, but it's good. Or great. Alright, now, on to number 5 is going to be their debut album, Souls of a Machine. This album, well, it's their debut album, and it's way different. It's more of a, death metal or grindcore than their usual industrial thrash metal sound. But yeah, this album has more like a grindcore or death metal sound. And there's pretty great songs too. Martyr, Leechmaster, Scapegoat. Definitely a great debut album. One of my favorite. Yeah, and pretty not much to say about it, but it's pretty good. Okay, so top 4. Number 4 is going to be Archetype. I honestly don't see the hate for this album. A lot of people hated that album because I think this is their first album without I can't even say his name right. Dino. I can't even pronounce his last name, but yeah, I think this is one of 2 albums, other being Transgression. I thought this was an amazing album. This is just extremely heavy. Slave Labor, Cyber Waste, Act of God, Drum. Every song is so heavy. Yeah, I just really love this album. I think this is probably their most underrated album, in my opinion. Yeah, again, don't see the hate, but fuck it. Okay, so top 3. Now we're at top 3. So coming at number 3 on its 3rd place is going to be Mechanize. This is actually, for me, their True Combat album. And I think this is their, it's probably their most fastest album. It's like the Reign of Blood version of Fear Factory. Excuse me, I have to clear my throat. Yeah, this album had Gene Hoglan in it, which is one of my favorite drummers of heavy metal. If you don't know who he is, he's been involved in a lot of bands as a drummer. He's done Death. He's done Death Clock. Right now, I think he's doing Testament and Death Angel. I think two thrash. I don't know if he's still in that band or not, but I'm pretty sure he's done those bands. Anyway, great. This feels like a comeback album for me, and it's just what else can I say? It's just one of my favorites. But yeah, favorite songs on there is title track, Industrial Discipline, Fear Campaign, Power Shifter, Oxider, Detroit Demolition, and yeah, this album is fucking heavy. Excuse me. Alright, so now on to the second place is Obsolete. 90s classic album. I think this is their first. To me, it sounds more electronic than their usual albums, but it's definitely definitely a classic. Every song is 10 out of 10. Amazing songs from beginning to end. Even the cover tracks like Cars, Zero or Evil Dwells. Well, they're both cover songs, but I thought these songs were extremely. Evil Dwells is just with the robotic voice. It's just amazing. I also like the sound of this album. Favorite song: Shock, Edge Crusher. Favorite. Oh, Secured Police State 2000. That's one of my favorite Fear Factory songs in general. Yeah, just a fantastic album. It's just one of their bests. Alright, now, my favorite Fear Factory album of all time is Demanufacture. What can I say about this? This is actually one of my favorite heavy metal albums of all time. This is a true masterpiece. Guitar riffs, full of classic songs. Replica, Dog Day Sunrise, title track, Self Riot, Resistor. Every song's just 10 out of 10 or higher than 10, but amazing ass album. It's definitely my favorite. If you're new to heavy metal, you definitely want to check this album out. This is a huge mind blown. Alright, so that is my album rank for Fear Factory. And the next I'm going to be doing for an album rank is Korn. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time. Peace.